Yeah.
Now the link has changed. That's why it wouldn't go for.
I have to change the link.
What web browser is this? Is it Microsoft Edge? It's Edge.
Yes. Thank you. Take the new link.
Yes. The Zoom link. This is one. Well, I want to go downstairs now. So this, because the gym right now. Where's the one song?
Yeah, they're back.
This one.
Still posted to the
No, not yet. It's confirming the sound is good.
Okay.
You can just be on the mic and say good morning. From there. I'll set it up there.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Wisdom. People really want to start entering the Zoom meeting.
As soon as the speaker comes up and then it's set up, that's when I'll start pushing and pushing.
Okay.
But people can join. They can join on YouTube. I'm the person.
Okay.
So open it up. Don't. Would you want to be admitted? To require you to admit first. So you have to be seated here then. What is it now? Allow person to have question.
Okay, let's see.
No recording. Would you sit here? Yeah, look for all them. We need to know. Let me ask Prince to join. Yes, but the sound is fun. No, because you admitted me before. Let me try. Got it, right? Okay.
Morning, everyone. I think it will really take a few more minutes. So, without wasting time.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. Um, Here has happened. So we'll just wait for a few more minutes and see people have more people coming in. So just coming after now for sleeping. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Chiduma Gabriel, and I'd like to welcome you to the ISN Lagos Meet-up, hosted by Step Academy. Welcome. So before we proceed, like each and every one of us to introduce ourselves and then what we represent. Yeah, ma'am.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Betty Oshmo. I actually do represent from the Peaceful Transformation Center in Nigeria, which is a GRF project. So I'm a technical advisor in peaceful scale. I'm looking for us to giving
basically, of get some familiarity with the network and try out difficulties and
Good morning, everyone. The ladies are going to found out at the time what we are in the difficult at the institution for people working with the community development and development activities for prevent welcome.
Good morning, everyone. So far, and good prayer. We the leading for style related of the football of institution. Eating and one of these. One of this.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sophia Jordan. I'm the assistant director of digital infrastructure for UTA. They are attending the Australian National AI.
Everyone, my name is Rachel Jordan. I'm a business journalist and the center to my own of course, women and youth in their good morning. Yeah, my name is Grace to and when she feels handing on the phone down, there's handing my name is Grace Oji. I am the executive director of Creative Space Products. We are an ISN member of located in Lagos. We have the branch. I have brand to support creatives like my friend over there. We also support women entrepreneurs and yeah, I think women entrepreneurs and creatives are our whole. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jonathan. I am representing ISN Secure. There I manage programs, design programs that will actually so that we actually run with ISN and the hub and implement these programs. So excited to be
Hello, good morning. So, I'm director of the Academy, we are all welcome.
Hi, good morning. My name is in the context and how we do actually look at
Thank you, everybody. Welcome once again. We have some online.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Charles, and I'm the director of partnership at ISN. Happens to have there today. I hope we do have all this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause for everyone. Not forgetting our online guests. We'd like you to also clap for them for before proceeding, I would like to state some ground rules. First off, I'll need all mobile devices on vibration or silence. If you need to use the restroom, you exit through that door. You'll see the sign there. And everyone is encouraged to participate. One person speak at a time. If you want to make a comment, you need to raise your hand as well. Thank you. I hope that was everybody. Yeah. Thank you. So up next on our agenda, we have the welcome address, and I'll be calling Engineer Charles, and then for you, I'll do like a brief introduction before he gets the mic. He was very decent in the introduction. So Engineer Charles Uchenna, and then is a third professional with over 16 years of public experience in the areas of telecommunication, IT strategy, project and change management, business transformation and entrepreneurship. He commenced his career in the telecommunication sector with stints at Telcom and yes, Telecom Protocol, and has spent over 10 years at the top Nigerian bank where he was the head of the IT project management office, and he managed the bank's expansion and rolled out over 60 locations in Nigeria and West Africa, amongst other enterprise IT projects. He is the founder of President Academy, a not-for-profit organization for kids and cancer clubs, and also the founder of Run Nigeria, Nigeria's first university-based business and technology incubator, and also chief executive officer, Prestige Limited, and like he said, director of partnership ISN Lagos. In his spare time, he loves to play sports, swings, and provide mentorship to junior project managers and entrepreneurs. A round of applause as I give him.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Yeah. Don't know what I can say. Good morning. Welcome. Yes, but I would like to start by welcoming our guests. As you know, this is an ISN Meet-up event. But as you know, we typically will invite our guests, stakeholders, supporters, regulators, and likes to join us. So I would like to before welcome them. And if I miss out any guest, you just wave your hand. What I mean is, we're not an ISN call, so we invite them to join us today. I want to start by welcoming our guest from Meet-up. Thank you very much for coming. We happened to meet you last week, and we especially assured us of Meet-up support. Not just this event, but the entire work that we do at ISN. So we are currently working on presentation. And then again, I would like to welcome guests from GIC, Association Center Nigeria. This is who I think they're very partner for ISN calls. And every time we see them, we feel strong. Let us give them a round of applause. Yes, here. This first one is what is ISN. So I'm talking about those that are not as okay. I want to say that the essence of this meetup is basically because we're a national body, and for the benefit of those that may not know the detail, I want to share some stories. I think sometimes the government people that are very good for all owners village was formed. And then at some point, we divided ourselves into groups and decided that maybe it was important to do certain discussion and figure out the way forward. I think early 2019, we met up as a part of Think of together and to form ISN. And we never was in there at the time to the us, accelerate us, and we also is desire. So we go invite that each of the organizations can have space. So that have people have from members who are in that one. And that's how we go forward. And I think the next year, first time here, very well. I think we currently have the power that bus. Very well.
Yes. That's a 153.
All family. So we currently have the membership spend. But very extending gospel of Nigerian path to the ground, right? And they from the space that arts how arts and the cultural art and the background in the entire Nigerian economy. We also realize that things like this or people things that came across for people that hope to be Nigeria but things are possible. Yes, the unicorns coming out of Nigeria. Yeah, you know that unicorns, maybe that's and thinking to be physical complex, also kind of take what could be topics that we would like to do all to right? For me, this now every time that we of strong nature I want to know ISN involved. You know how easy it is to So you build on connective, on platforms, you want to help how you the important thing things are. Or local project or any kind of markets, those that and yes. Yes. All eyes. How has that reflected in the outcome? Still look on chance. Yeah, so and we are in the space supporting the people because so how we will have to stay and today ISN is also a partner um, on the public sector. Which the people here sharing a few words with us about all the and that's it. I'll leave you the floor so that you can kind of delve into this conversation and see what kind of policy that this our course should be. What we also mentioned is because the new is going on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Engineer Charles. So, before we proceed, I noticed, distinguished, lady, and then President, so I'll need them to introduce themselves and, people. One of them.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Etienne, and the CEO of the podcast. I think it's my friend, long time standing friend, Charles, and I'm happy to be here. Very nice. Before I reflect, we also be international program.
Platform where you can give or and both of them different currencies to the other half. But it's not that. Then you will have that.
Hi, good morning, everyone. On yeah, I'm very done. Yeah, it comes bringing on to the long yeah.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Before I go on this, performing, let's go ground rules and I'll really lead to it. I'll need everybody's phone on silent and vibration. If you need to use the red thing, kindly use the door on the right. And if you need to speak, you also signify by raising up your hand. Okay, so, that's really good. Before Mr. Ameno comes in, I would like, Jennifer from ISN, to talk about ISN.
Morning, everyone. I think this year's being super expected to be here. It's great where we have big players in the system, where we have the right people to actually change that and make that procedure. Right. So I'm sure we're all kind of our work and what we stand for. But I'll just take us through the journey over again. So like I said, our major purpose, yeah. So we know that we are a not-for-profit organization, and then we have a community of folks across 25 states, and we have over 140 months, so no one right? So our major goal. So basically what we do is capacity development, set standards, providing access to opportunities, stakeholder engagement, policy and administrative goals. What we do is basically ensuring that we actually work with us to be very impactful. Right? We're looking for avenues whereby we can make this role based on their capacity, give them opportunities for partnership, give them opportunities for growth, and form a community where we work together to collaborate to actually ensure that we are working to see the next step growth to make that we want it to go, to make it very rapid. Right. So our objective is to provide capacity development programs that involve operations to enhance the identity and support services, as well as facilitate the identification, exchange, and use of information benefits for our workspaces, incubators, and owner entrepreneurs, organizations, and aspirators. We also provide access to funding and partnership by representing local and international development agencies with a unified aggregation of Nigeria's model. We engage local, international, and national policymakers on the role of us in support of job creation, social and community venture in Nigeria economy. So we're currently spread around in 5 states in Nigeria, and we hope to hold the state where the fill our brains. And so our activities, led for the socialization of the Nigeria Sector Day in 2029, as well as ISN coordinated a six-time session across the geopolitical zones to drive engagement around the ground field across all students, public and private sectors, as well as academic. We have received presidential assent in October 2022, and it's now recognized as the Nigerian Star Awards. So our activity and our program, we have a adapting program where financial access to financial institutions for entrepreneur with a coordination and NY the phase 1 of the program, and we're excited to believe the phase 2 of the program. Basically, the program is designed to provide financial inclusion for women, disadvantaged youths, and people with disabilities. And for the second phase of this program, we're going to use across the state for individual contributors. So we're going to be adopting the trade trainer aspect and get our team all members to actually handle. Okay, so we have the GIC Digital Transformation Center, stakeholder engagement, all proposals, digital innovation across Nigeria, and we want to bring the state consortium. We also have the GIC tech ideas for digital solution, which is just completed, and it's amazing. See all the solutions and innovators that are they come up with great solutions and actually address all the issues that we are really concerned about. So we're quite excited to be part of this program and part of the department for the NID. Okay, so we have the 4 managers per series. I'm sharing for them I think this is cool. So every component the managers will require you to increase the productivity, viability, and sustainability of their costs. As well as in everything, so we have to make complexity of taking members of the first Nigeria or radio staff and improve your business. In December 2022, we had a trade of 15 members of across Nigeria on innovation campus and managed to innovate UK. We have had all effective meeting for our members. I'm also very sure that we will attend our committee. If we can do this space, it's a good time to actually have time for the company meeting where we get to be
is about so we can really talk about couple of the challenges and get to assess opportunities. And we have the annual guarantee. Okay, so we have the annual guarantee on neighborhoods and quality languages of any knowledge sharing, capacity building, development, and networking. Actually, our annual gathering is coming up very soon. So I'm very sure we'll share more information with us. We have GIC, we have ITA, after that, LSPTF, Lagos Meet-up, and we have the Sterling Park. Our team. So we have amazing team. So the ones you have in this very important different sector, like tracking the ISN staff and ensuring that we actually don't just say we want to support up, we actually do what we say we want to do. So we have as the director and chairman, and the marketing director and chairman of ISN. And then we have Connor, who is the child as the director for practices. We have Mr. Pai, director for corporate. And we have I will be as director for finance. We have Mr. Hanson Johnson as director for ecosystem. And we have Christy Ade as company secretary. And right now we have Moin Joseph as our acting executive secretary. And then we have me as program manager for ISN. We have amazing neighbor apps, so she actually meets our partnership and programs best, and she's currently with doing amazing work. We have all major and I always want to do my home as well. So this is get and all amazing and all these get actually from my home. So we have all our communication from this. Okay, so invest in the future of Nigeria innovation landscape, and let's drive presentation together. This is our ISN. Thank you. Thank you, upon being interactive, and I would like to encourage each and everyone who wants to participate, and handling this segment will be Mr. Akome.
And everybody is called great and this we created the concept of all of us. Now, what we have here is challenges, opportunity for us, innovation ecosystem in the states. We already know what we're going to right now. What is there was the economy is so let's talk about the all I don't want to I'll let someone to start off and we will have solutions. Let's talk about solutions in the next over challenges is for all a legal organization of importance. And we have those as high of so they provide us of secretarial duty as well as managing our contracts and everything. Then because I didn't get people position, right? Means that if we manage human capital, we will come it's currently in charge of our human resource security and by extension the entire level. I think that's the ISP and we have source board slots and purpose. So then what's going on? Last week we secured the to 15 of September, and there was a venue, the second venue. What venue? We shared on it. So that's where as far as things I wanted to add to this program. Okay.
So that's
Musaya and was seventh. And some of the things that you can participate in, you can host a session, you can panel sessions for visibility, for whatever. So don't come there and say they are just doing their thing. But I heard that all the time. This is we talk to each other. If you want to participate, please stand to raise your hand. Okay, maybe there's something you want to share, a panel session you think we should add, or something you need to do different. But who's supposed to be part of one of those? Not all of these are kids. How very good ISN know each other. Think of the portion ISN is meant to do. Why don't we know each other? Many of the qualified with this challenge of getting to know their members and challenging so they can get into the ISN and this is what the ISN asking.
So we're going to pull forward and say that and try to find what we do, right? And see like how we have different or and before that, you need to so yeah, I'll just say that we have a work already and your application and how to and also collaboration and bringing things together. And also on our value that we are having to keep on journeys, so engaging or meditation into the people find and learn and
together. Did we get that? So you asked us, I'm sure you have your own questions. Or what you want, this is not an active one. They want that we should. Please. I have used that part of government.
Maybe it's the microphone and making it so formal, but I think it would be great if it's informal.
Yeah.
People are comfortable to actually speak from and share their thoughts.
Okay, so yeah, I think maybe Mike begin to like my company is one of the bigger government. Don't know what to say or something. So, feel free. Say something. Yeah.
So I think one of the main things that I like to say is how can we collaborate within Lagos? Like, for example, we have Lagos have almost 75 policies in Lagos in ISN. How many times, how can we make ourselves more available and able to collaborate, know what each calls and doing? I think that's like a major thing for seeing how there's a collaboration. And I would like to hear suggestions on how we can do that. Particularly like we are here, how many people within this have collaborated? So, yes. So any of that, yeah. So I think that's a big issue, and I think it's something we should discuss and see how we can. But if we collaborate in this man, sure we'll be able to forward. That's we'll be able to take what we are not doing, we'll be able to see that impact, collective impact. So I think the thing for it. Yeah.
So just as what Bob has said in terms of collaboration, from my experience and what is happening currently, we know that generally from the national perspective, people look at what Lagos that have all the resources, our taking on the money, our taking on the funds. But in reality, all of us there, like man, most of them have the ability to the next 5 years, they are not going back for funds. We don't have money today. So when Mr. Charles was talking and he spoke about local government and all of that, and also, for example, when people come to my home and say, we are looking for co-working space, because co-working space is there, there are a couple. And you come and I'm always what I instantly do is where other ISN clubs in the that have co-working space, and I give the number, because the ID number, go to this house and check. So maybe one way that we can collaborate, and I like to start that can hubs in different local governments in Lagos sit down and have like local government meetup and identify challenges in their community, unify that voice with the power of ISN and go to their local government to get to chairperson or what I think they have different agencies in that local government saying how can we solve this problem. We have innovators that have amazing products they're trying to sell. We have people that can do this thing, what's the becoming localized. So for example now, if it's not a virtual program and it's not a state program, it will be very difficult for me to think collaboration with different ends of Lagos. But I think the premier hub in my area, the innovation in my area, modern science in my area, simple exponential. Hubs in the center at the hub. What is it that we can do for our community? Another way An example that we did was when, because the upper pool of this is, I don't understand of themselves as well. What we did was we were trying to get health insurance and then the hubs and people in our community that were benefiting from us one way or the other, they may not be able to get that on their own. You can't get health insurance under the public life. All those people under our organization, and we want a health insurance and organization affordable to them. So what this is an example of in our community, and can we extend what are the big problems we get our people get across? So what are the problems we get across together? We have ways they are doing anything part of that somebody somewhere is supporting, comes to that. Always have capacity, who are involved in together, and maybe it's something more interactive with the ISN website that as a hub member I can go to and just see together and I see all the hubs together. And then click then you see all the hubs together and emails, phone numbers without having to call.
I want to go down here. They accused that last week of being a bot. How many of you have received an email from who? You see an email from, she's not a bot. She's not a flesh.
So maybe that's something that ISN could do without them even facilitating coming together. If there's an interactive part on the website where I can go and see all of us together, and then I would idea and say, all of us, let's go and see those who will venture of together and say that he wants to solve waste management because probably in one of my box, there's somebody who is doing something that can use digital skills, to solve waste management and all of that. I think we sometimes localize the problem, it would be better for all. It could be full collaboration.
Yeah, I really like the idea she was trying to think about. Some of these things, I think that's the most solution. But break that to a follow up. So you have a you could say that I think we'll give us this state which you are and this thing that I had about that, but we should go on Nigeria to go and engage government officers so forth, right? That's very interesting. The thing I would add to that is you're in Lagos where there are so many academic institutions. ISN to engage with people. How we do innovation, a lot of engaging with academia. Academia is where innovation is born. So you've got Milan, the other side is the oldest technology in the country. So ISN institutions probably people that are engaging with the other side institution, Milan, institution, all those institutions, that in itself is going to access and resources. So I think collaboration is an action. You have to sort of, it's a skill you have to sharpen. It's not something that necessarily comes to everybody. But I think some of these tools, the interactive lab, many people that can use it will get more facility. And then people know that, okay, I had no idea this, but I said not Lagos. That's like a big statement. Lagos State of Ashton Church. We would not have an average. What are you asking? What are you asking? What are you doing? Yeah, what do you bring? What do you think you want? Then ask this for ISN, for government, for this people, and ISN, not necessarily as also collective desire. I think sometimes we do it like that, and people don't find out how to fit into collaboration. The discussion. It's all a scripted thing before I something to think about. I think when you have to use what we have on the table, think about it. It's counterintuitive that the law is academia. That's right there. That's a big gap. So think about academia, think about government, all the regulations.
Another problem is that hubs tend to, there's no business in the island. There's no business. you need to collaborate. A statement that I always work with doctors, she always say that she loves the idea of collaboration. Okay, there's no way any business can take care of these things. Not one business can take care of all the needs of one state. But not one business can take care of 7% of state. So there's no way you can say that collaborating with somebody else will take away my business, maybe because it's big, to swallow me up and all that. We need to work much more together on a particular focus. Okay, I like the idea of the Lagos, in Kenya, complex within Kenya. The fire your own local government and the cost of the hubs that you have, bring an idea, bring a proposal to ISN and work with you in solving that particular issue. That's one. The others right now. What are the other challenges being solved? That's what
Can we move the word challenge? Or are the opportunity?
Opportunity. Can I add something to discuss? All right, so
Sorry, I want to ask, maybe if you want to speak every child, just say your name and your role, not just for my benefit, but like everyone to kind of remember.
probably your location.
Okay, so my name is Rich Boyd. I am press committee. So I'm from Intrepid Tech Hub. It's located just in the Chevron area. And we're basically co-working space. We have, and we're trying to offer this technology hub opportunities to our very well, I'm new, and one of the new organizations joining I.
Let's welcome.
So some of my questions may have been answered, but I'll still ask them anyway. Right now we're talking about collaboration opportunities. Now, from the perspective of my someone like me who's just coming on my own, is there a catalog of ongoing or past collaborative initiatives, right? If they're going on and there's a database somewhere, you can come in and see, okay, this is happening, I could actually join this, or I could offer something here. Yeah, that would be a plus. And then during the presentation, I noticed something about the trainings that GIS has offered. And I know that past trainings can be captured as online trainings that can be, I wonder if that is available for folks who were not attuned to participate at the time the trainings were given to go back there and see if there's any valuable to them. So those are my questions, and they're like addressing some of the challenges that I am currently facing. Yeah.
There are ongoing collaborations, or a list of collaborations that have gone on. That are going on.
That's right.
I should answer. But like we now know that there's somebody letting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, lucky
You're welcome.
lucky you guys.
It's not only get that.
It's not only you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I don't know where it's sites of ISN, okay, to have the list of on the past that somebody will jump on and still bring some magic into that space. So that's how that's any more going on.
Are you on the website? On the WhatsApp?
Yes. So the WhatsApp, sometimes I think like, but really, I think I know what I'm talking about. But the WhatsApp group is like trying to bring from firehose.
Yeah. too much.
Yeah, it's coming in quite, so his website will be great.
Okay, I'll try to answer it, but I don't Jennifer joined us. Yeah, some of the other secretary members. We do not have it in the form that has been shared even by Grace, I think by dropping down and saying it's all that. Keja, neither do we have that available on the website for projects or collaboration of that. So, but I think it's a lot of feedback to the secretariat. Right? I think there's a lot of feedback that information we need to be organized and even opportunities. A lot of times people things are well, there should be somewhere about our website. Then once you put like something national all those kind of things. And then the geographical well, we don't honestly have it now. There are things that never has so if somebody here is like project and things they can use, remember it's your network. So you can actually raise your hand and say, listen, I volunteer to organize this in the way and you provide the support security here. Best possible
Remember what I said. Look at you need. How you feel like only with the I don't know. Who will always be how like the and that I did, and I guess no now. I don't know. And you are waiting for the level. Because I know the talk. Once we so who have come up to this like I am starting to see yeah.
You don't have life. You don't have life. That's the problem.
And then find a way where you can also introduce this skill because most times in my experience, they concentrate more on the theoretical aspect of the process. So we now as well now make them understand how the theoretical aspect of the society and life experience and how they can manage this and even grow the community. These are the areas that also want us to
Turning theory into practice. At the same time, we have so many engineers and numbers
also is like
so many certificates that perform. And also in the digital technology space, it's not about education, it's about the job. Okay, somebody brings up, okay, let's walk. There's some security. Yeah,
most of the animation ramen again.
Get the practical part done. Get the practical part done so that your employer
I think it's only
you can sustain yourself without having to go to the physical building to do anything. All right. But that's that. Yeah. Okay, good morning, everyone. Again, my name is so I wasn't sure. First of all, I have to wait so that most people will speak. But when I speak, I have to decide what everybody has said. If I mind. Sorry, one more. Yeah, I'm coming to that. Okay. I don't want those to run away from yeah, I'm not okay. That's why I'm I'll struggle with my qualifications. I don't want to go to Lagos. I don't want to come that state, but I need to have a member of. I will go to Lagos, and we are situated.
Share the organization and the hobby and umbrella. It's also good for people to know. Because when you're looking to collaborate with something in Anambra, and this is a forum for that.
Okay, great. So yeah, we are Codex Africa. Codex Africa is we're training academy, we train people talent. We build digital products for clients, and then we run the space of engine, which is the critical co-working space, as well as a construct for a collective of young creatives to come together to think, collaborate, and create. So we're in Oka in Anambra State. Yes, so hopefully I'll share more about that. But so in Lagos, like I said earlier, we run a online institute program, which is an accelerator for early stage startups, and we also provide other intervention for entrepreneurs. Idea Africa, we do that across startups and MSMEs. So my contribution to this conversation, and that's leveraging on what everybody has already said, is to think that we need to, maybe we need to organize more capacity building programs for hub managers, so that because you see, it looks like our ecosystem has evolved, especially for startups. But I'm not sure that it has evolved so much for hub operators, managers. Which speaks to what Grace mentioned earlier when she said, if you ask most of the hubs in the room whether they are sustainable in the next 5 years, we're not sure. And I speak from experience because prior to setting up Codex Africa, I was involved in a hub in Enugu, which is shut down after 2 years of putting in a lot of money, and unfortunately we couldn't sustain it. So we need to practicalize, and some of the suggestions that have come out here, they are very great. But unfortunately, that overcoming that inertia to move from 0 to 1 is something that a lot of people struggle with. So if we have capacity building programs that help us to operationalize these manifestations and see how we can make these this movement and begin to ideate around some other creative business models that will help hubs to unlock sustainability, because one of the co-working, while it is great, you will agree with me too that co-working in the next maybe in the next 10 years will start facing the same challenge that business centers face, right? Because the core problem that co-working solves, hubs, apart from those who build ventures and all of that, if you just provide a co-working space, you're solving power, access to power, you're solving internet, and I don't know what else, right? And people who work from home, people who are, already looking for alternative ways to solve these problems in their homes. So there are people who now don't have a power problem. There are people who don't have connectivity problems. So the market is shrinking, and the more that access to power is prioritized by government and other development players in that space, the more the market shrinks. So the question is, what is the future for hub operators, hub managers, hub owners? And I think these are the kind of conversations that we need to spend more time with, give that deep dive on, so that it can help us to think sustainability, and maybe that even now helps make collaboration come alive for everyone. Because when you see
when you see the need for collaboration, it becomes easier for you to jump on collaboration training.
Especially with co-working spaces now, well, also these co-working spaces because people now want to work from home. But suppose I decided that we do virtual meetings now because somebody said you want to buy PQ, I you please. Like it's well, so I think that's another challenge. We will matter, who have dropped their basic and their basic cards, and gone for the form cards now. So it does affect the working space. People are talking.
Isn't that a two-way thing? Working for the co-working spaces in the sense that anybody who works from home would most likely be running director.
Yeah.
So if I think it's even
It's an opportunity, that the masses. It's a challenge, but like now we're having a lot of devices, power banks that can actually take the house
And solar.
and solar. If I buy a power bank of 250,000 naira, for instance, I can carry my house. Okay. Yeah, I have to charge it any little power. I can't where I go. It's if I go to the industry, I just plug it in.
So maybe also
we also have to like
we all need to start charging for, charging.
that's the like this. But you can see challenges that are mounting on us every day. Policies that will mess up your business.
Or it could also be a community. So that's really the training we mentioned, to facing how we can actually leverage having and use all the community, right? Well, some people might see it as a major challenge. Some people will build this mapping up, right? To be able to try to use those opportunities. And he said, right, I will want to, let's use me for example, okay? I would going to the office and I'm spending for Uber. I would want to visit or work remotely from his office as close to me and just spending a day fee that should not be more than 5,000, 10,000. It's leveraging that it's tiny into opportunity. So yeah, once they get that trainings that can make them understand that, it's involved this, and that's the power of collaboration as well. You can literally come together and come up with innovative solutions to the challenge that you are facing. I don't know what they have.
Yeah, I think part of this stuff is really also having a really more side, but at the end of the day, I would struggle to tell you what any of the hubs they go to. The hubs have to look at the brand and identify themselves and then push that every stuff so that people know, okay, I'm going to be like, I know what's happening. What is the impact of, I know what they do, but what you know, you have to change that. Because the real thing about it is, I think also culture is a big issue, right? My hub was not nature, and we struggled for 2.5 years, 3 years. Even try to help them reach some of the time what's this thing. And you don't come here. So the other ground accelerate this. I don't want to tell you what happened. And then, at the end of the day, listening to the place out the biggest spot in what's happening. Naturally, more entrepreneur, right? But it does all mean that you understand your version of entrepreneur, right? So you have to find the cultural mix that enables our people to hear. Once they hear, then we're good. But I think many of us are still searching for those little drinks that enable them to say, oh, yeah, well, that's what this thing is. Now, once they get that, then
that really is the story. One time I was staying before, I had this landlord association where like They don't leave their house. They're always there. Like, change one into point in the night. It must be young boys. And this was Corona period. And I was like, not everybody is working in the physical place anymore. That's the culture we're talking about. The average Nigerian person believes that going to work means coming out of the house, wearing your suit or carrying your bag and you're going to work. The idea of somebody with a laptop in the house, coming out and buying pizza. No, so changing that cultural concept is a big issue for we, and we need to order on the branding concept, we need to brand us. What your hall? How can your hall draw the right people to join them so that you're all working in that particular brand, that particular solution that you want to solve? Okay, not for instance, tailors and farmers together. It does not happen.
Maybe next time, the season arrangement for our new portion should be more like so. I feel like I should be looking at each other. And I don't know if it take us 5 minutes to change that. Yeah. Yeah, we take 5 minutes to change that. I'm strong. Right, no, let's talk now. So if we came here, they just introduce themselves very as modestly as possible. And I've just watching them. But let me move on. Okay, my position right now is something that others may do. And I thought that I raised it indeed before we run out. And it's been touched on, but I do not think that we hit the nail on the head whenever we talk about it. And we talk about the nice looking words. First, United Nations are cooking on SDG. We found so many nice ways of being big problems, and that word was used there several times. It's called sustainability. Sustainability basically defines how something can continue over time without needing external support, right? I think so the thing is this: when I went to my experience across two broad areas, right? And even till today, so it's not like past experience and current experience. I run a consulting organization, and I team that serves corporates and big organizations. So I took a course, program at LBS just after COVID. And at some point in the room, I realized that whilst there were a lot of lessons, the networking was not as good for my core business. So they asked the question, you mean there's nobody in this room that you can sell? Because I had pitched the consulting business for one of our interactive sessions. And the honest truth was no, that was no. So it means that there's a space that does not seem interlocked with the space that brought all of us together today, which is the corporates. If you
look at the banks, which most of their headquarters are within 2-3 kilometers radius from where we sit, right? And this is just 1 second. You realize that there's a lot going on there that we only go to them for. Can you sponsor an event? Can we speak at your event? Can you do CSR with us? Whereas they are issuing $2 million, $3 million invoices as small deals for problem solving. Just realize it's problem solving. Don't talk about how the problem is solved. Whether it is money paid to one tiny Canadian firm that has never set boots on ground here, and they wire them thousands of dollars every other year, or it is the big ones like the OEMs that we know that are licensed, that the current licenses are this huge. And there are some of those problems that we can begin to solve. When they talk, when I say tech ecosystem, when I started the first one and then the second one, I kept saying tech ecosystem. And every time I hear tech ecosystem, I say which one? Because I think there are two. There's a tech ecosystem that we are not in the room, not exist there, whatever we think we're talking about it. And they are the ones really building core tech. In fact, when you come to talent and you say, I'm a developer, a lot of times when I meet the developers here on this side of the table, they don't have the skills required on the other side of the table. For instance, if I say, for some of you, do you know anywhere that has .NET, that does .NET, built on your .NET framework? It starts becoming like grammar. But if you're a .NET programmer today, you're asking for checks and nobody will be questioning it. So even when we develop talent, when we design programs, when we build, we kind of build in a very small bubble and think that that bubble is everything. The reason I raise it is because I think it ties very closely to our sustainability models. When will we stop begging for grants, for support, for slots to speak and snap picture? When will we become the real deal? The real deal is where if you want to solve the problem for Bank of America, you're running to Silicon Valley. You know why? That is where you will find the solution. When are we going to become the solution provider? I'll leave it here. It would be nice if we can chip in or ask further questions, but I don't want to be speaking in an abstract manner. My point is that we have what it takes. I've seen the smartness, I've seen the intelligence, I've seen the tenacity that exists within our ecosystem, within ISN and the surrounding or supporting ecosystems to actually be the conversation, to actually be the solution as against the periphery. You know, those people they call when they want to show that they are innovative. You know, every major corporate now wants to build some hub. Every government organization wants to have some innovation program, but it's just something they throw some money at. When they want to solve problems like election problems, where innovators will solve, they forget that innovators really exist because we are not yet the solution provider. So my question in this room today is, who can pick up and snap some pictures, have some links after you ourselves parts on the back? But if we want to really be sustainable, we need to definitely figure out how to be the big monster in the room, dealing with the problems that will solve our collective. When we talk about fuel, we talk about all those things. The innovation, right? Not just winning, like the lady that won the event. Easy comply, protect my peace. I was so happy and elated. She pitched on the first day, but remained the best pitch till the end. Why? Because she's the most eloquent individual. It's because of the fact that our problem, I can pay for the solution immediately. And likewise, all of the organizations today, what was she proposing? Every year you have to do your annual return. In fact, by calling our accountant here, probably because they are able to be shared, you have to do annual returns, you have to do your PENCOM, you have to do your ITM, you have to do your NSITM, for those of you that do all those kind of things. And she says, I will aggregate that on a platform. And that platform, if you pay me a fixed fee, I will facilitate it for you. It makes so much sense, a real solution. The question is, can the GTC program take her to the point where she's the monster in the room, as long as that logistics challenge and siloed government regulatory representation is concerned? If they can, then I'll be proud to say we, ISN, was a support system to protect my peace. So I think I'll just leave it there, but I really like to hear it, because we can talk about the minor things until we create a northern star and look at that star as something that we are chasing, we are all collectively chasing, and not survival. We will not be going anywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, listening to Charles speak, I'm sure, at least I hope everybody is of that opinion, because I think that's the fundamental thing, right? It's like ISN has already built presence, right? You build a network, you have a brand. What now has to happen is you have to pivot, become a solution provider. So when people think about where it goes to solve problems, like it goes to Israel. Because just like you said, the banks in Nigeria probably are spending $100 million a year on IT solutions, right? That's just the banks. You haven't talked about the oil, you haven't talked about the transportation company, you haven't talked about the major power company. So big business, big 500 companies in Nigeria are easily spending a couple of $200 to $300 million a year on solutions. Those solutions are created by companies or by people. The issue is, you stop being esoteric, because you can be saying you're doing climate change and it's theory, or you can be doing the actual climate change on your streets, like the end of the month clearing sanitation. But then how do you flip that and make it something that is maybe it's easy for people in your community, and suddenly it's a service that makes sense? Because trust me, the 90% of Nigerian startups that I've seen, all they disrupted was around payments, right? It's just been around payments. The last 10 years, all the guys that are unicorns, it's all around figuring out payments and a little bit to payments. That doesn't say a lot for us at innovative. So the truth of the matter is, we have somewhere to go, but I'm happy to be here again this conversation this morning, because until you do that, you can't overdo. And everywhere you walk in, you want to walk in and overdo. But if they're talking innovation in Nigeria, they should be the first people they're talking about. But to do that, you have to have some show of truth. It's like one of the products, one of the solutions that we have, that we've delivered. And like you said, tech is, I mean, look, the thing was very intense. We sat there for 4 days. I mean, I thought it was going to be quite relaxed. It was nothing like that. It was very intense. But the quality of some of these people that came through, some of them were not even fit for purpose for the specific thing we're judging. But there's still some people that I was telling them, I said, listen, you don't have to be in this particular program, but you could be making money right now. In fact, a couple of them were making money right now. And I think the most important thing is, we'll call it sustainability, it's making money. You want to be able to make money, pay the bills, and that gives you the motivation to keep going. So whether it's a co-working space, whether it's incubation, whether it's acceleration, they're all nice terms. But at the end of the day, if it's not paying, it's not going to stay open. So I think you've got to focus on that. The commercial side of this conversation is critical. And not everybody understands corporate. So those like Charles that can help others. And that's the whole point of the network. Because not everybody, even if I tell you that central bank is going to spend $100 million this year, that doesn't mean anything. Because you don't know how to get to central bank. You don't know how to access them. Maybe he does. And that's why you have a network. Because he has the solution, he has the access, and I know that there's an opportunity. Together we can win. Individually, it's still a struggle.
That's the same word, collaboration.
Thank you. You're right, collaboration. So that collaboration so from all these solutions are probably in co-working spaces within ISN. How do you develop a system where you encourage your hubs to share the ideas or be showcasing people and solutions that they're bringing once that is a regular funnel, ISN can take that conversations to bigger places and bigger platforms and become the conduit, right, for innovation that is going on within our hubs. Another angle we can look at is being intentional about taking ISN work into tech into our personal networks. I'm sure we have people that are, top level people in banks, oil companies, whatnot. Don't disassociate it. Do you understand? Carry that along because they're probably not seeing it until this time maybe it's slightly check and somebody from somewhere and something and feel all righteous. They just find it all that yes, we are doing something tech. But then you have a contact that is actually working with innovators, right? We funnel the visibility of what they're doing through our conversations. I'm an ISN Hub, member, this is what we do, what your bank doing any CSR along IT or whatnot, or innovation or AI, that, just make that connection. If you're conscious, taking those conversations to places that you normally wouldn't have, because when you're with your tech friends, talk tech, and you do all that stuff, or your friends, but this one is like, director of this bank, this one is not, you probably wouldn't really talk about that, but it's just being intentional. So let the conversation flow from the hubs, what is going on in the hubs, any interesting developments or innovations that are there. Let ISN hear about it, and all of us, individually, whether you're ISN or not, hub, be intentional about taking those conversations to people that would normally not buy in the ecosystem and drive innovation. Actually encourage, just and become like that the guy that was somehow promotion that came up with this solution somehow through ISN, somehow shared, boom, it explodes. Everybody's excited. It's like, okay, it's not just payment solutions. Do you understand? I took a uniform, plug into the ecosystem, talk about what you do, talk about it with other people that you know, you sort of just feel that.
Thank you. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the role that hubs have played so far. And when Mr. Charles was giving me the welcome, asked the question which I wrote down, which ISN hubs are playing at that level, and he was talking about the level within which we have unicorns and big tech and all of that. ISN hubs are playing there. And I don't know what the answer is, but it has to be now without I'll say only not close to like very 2%. And maybe the problem is where we have been operating for a very long time has been at the communal level of finding the hub, or finding the startups, you supported them, you're giving them skills, and then they raise some fund, and then they exit, and then they leave the hub, which is the problem I think Africa was trying to solve, which is through Catalytic Africa, which is when the startup raises funds, the hubs that support the startups also benefit from it. Because what has happened for a very long time is we supported a lot of the startups. I mean, if you check Reliance, Flutterwave, you see the innovation there, you see a few hubs in their history. So these startups have left hubs and they are where they are today, and no hubs involved at that conversation on that level, which is where Mr. Charles is also coming to broaden that question to say that are we even solving the problem? Mr. Obvious said we should maybe pivot to that problem, that northern star problem solving unit. And to do that, I think it's also, when you are blinded, it's like a current prayer I have, like, Father Lord, let me see roads, because you can be standing, I'm serious, you can be standing in the midst of $1 million and you say, I don't have 5K points for now being empty and data or something. No story happened. Nothing. So what I want to say is, should we as hubs, as ISN, because we are ISN, because what keep saying ISN is like there's some expectation. So we as ISN, can we do a problem mapping? In human-centered design, one of the key things is actually what is the problem? Making sense making. What are these key problems? And then we can start to assess, do we have the capacity to solve this problem? And if we do not have the capacity, how do we do it? I'm very happy that Mr. Charles is in the room and he has some experience here. So do we have sessions Do we identify what are some of these problems? Are we not skilling people in this area? We use are skilling people in these areas. How do we, even as the hub owners, as the hub managers, how do we get the skills to be able to consult at that level that brings money to make us sustainable? And on that same program mapping, if you remember the town hall where we had Microsoft, everybody was at that town hall. Remember that town hall because we got that.
Yes.
I'm too traumatized for it, but yeah. So we had to move, and what Ken from Microsoft, Ken Wecken, who's working in Microsoft, what was asking in that meeting was, do we as hubs have the next solution that can reach 1 billion people in Africa? He asked that question point blank in that meeting. I remember because I took note of it. And we within ourselves will find, because that's what they're looking for. They'll put money even just in the R&D to see where the product or the solution will iterate and get to, and so can we find it, or are we still like we're identifying it, still seeing so small, and oh, it's my community, and that is important. There's a place for that. But for us to be sustainable, so we not now need to be, you know, having two sides of it, looking at our community and looking at the global level to be able to solve that. And in that solving of the problem, that's where we now harness the power of ISN. Because my organization has created space like lots of better words, why this conversation. But then as ISN, I have a bigger voice. And which is what African has succeeded to do for a very long time, which is where they are bidding for $1 million contracts. And then when they are doing that, they are putting hubs in the middle of it to say, oh, I have Dr. Etoro, he's an expert in this is going to be a consultant on the project. I have this person, Madam Fayo, is going to be a consultant on the project. I have Grace Olochi, who is going to be a consultant on the project. They've been doing that. If we can identify, then we can now start using ISN to be able to leverage on, and I think Jennifer mentioned that these are some of the things that they're trying to do. But maybe we need to know where the problems are so we know how best to position ourselves to get it. And the other example I'll talk about, I'm sorry, I'm talking to take it. The other example I'm going to talk about is like when somebody mentioned, you mentioned CBN. CBN for a long time they did in Naira, and like we as a hub, we as ISN, we could not even go and say, okay, you've done this in Naira thing. Let's help you, because the problem with Naira is use cases. There are not enough use cases for how we get use Naira. We want to help you with the socialization plan, because we have 150 hubs in X number of communities. If you partner with us, we can be able to drive the adoption and use and awareness of Naira in Nigeria through these program activities. The user hub, that's an example. Can we do that as ISN and leverage on that part to go and say CBN? You need people to use Naira. We need to create use cases at innovation hub. We're going to do. Maybe for a very good example, all our co-working spaces will start collecting payments in Naira. That's a use case. How do we want to help CBN solve this problem? And because it's use case, people start using it, then it's valid now. And the last thing is capacity building. Something that Dr. Shoro would know well is what recently happened in the African Women's Group, where somebody just asked the question on, are you running an incubation or an acceleration program? And I want to learn from you. And they collected our emails and they set up a call. I missed it. There's a replay. Thank you.
Yeah.
As we went on to learn about incubator and accelerator,
I'm glad you didn't say that about them saying she called the operator, she called or I talking to you, she called on fire. And I was wondering if
okay, just to wrap up my point. Before we are waiting and the funds are getting smaller, the money development partners are giving us now to do work for 1,000. So I'm not fighting over to fish miracle yet. But what we can do is we can then get in ISN. I have problems with, for example, making my mentorship program work. Is there a member, if they run successful mentorship programs as FI, he can take a session for ISN Hub members who are interested in learning about mentorship. Dr. Itora has been running Tech Quest for a couple of years now. They've done successful cohorts. Can they come and teach us how to run successful STEM programs in our different hubs without waiting for Secretariat to organize something, without waiting for KTN to come and fund another hub manager series? Can we start sharing knowledge within ourselves? Thank you.
So,
I think it's a lot of, I do LSQ. So, one thing I wanted to check is, something that needs to be data is very nice. I don't know if it goes to that Lagos State government, that's why I want to respond. So, for example, we have 50 classrooms at our park, and we can't say these are special things and this water. Simply put that feeling question there, just going to have this problem, also what do you want? Please speak. I'm sorry. People will affect the semester, find out what they are doing. They don't respond. I think maybe that's the problem because of the government agency. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if they have all the field. So when we talk about the website, I have information about all the posts. I was now telling the member, very good analysis of the I'll try to shout. So when we talking about this, how do you operate? So it's easy that it is that's very important. I think you don't have to operate the position of the or any other organization. Now, what is it? I think we just start and go to people get off the then add on. If that's wrong. Everybody's not ready to talk. You don't need the microphone.
Good morning, everyone. I think I'm a small fish here. No problem, but I think much has been said in this room. This is my first time. I've heard a lot about Mr. Charles. I've heard a lot about ISN, and we're just new members. Some of the points that has been raised has been, okay, Justin, the Bunker Services Nigeria Limited. So much has been said in this room, and the solution has already been preferred. What do I mean? A lot of our conversation has gone around visibility, collaboration, and training of the hubs. She gave the best solution to this, which is create small communities, hubs that are in Ikeja come together, those that are in Lekki come together, those that are in Agbara, wherever, come together. Two things I picked from her wrap-up was problem mapping and problem solving. If we have these hubs come together, if we have these hubs come together as smaller communities, we can be able to map the problems faster, prefer the solutions, push it up the ranks through ISN and get them executed. Now, what do we need to do execution? As simple as that. How fast can we create these smaller communities so that we can get all these great conversations, great ideas and solutions that has been spoken here and get them executed? I think that would be my own thoughts for this session.
So we actually focus on, and I think that's why the ISN, right, we do very in our internet capacity, right, to be able to deliver. So whilst all of this on the table, let's not forget that this is Nigeria, right? And we have a certain way of operation, operating our fixed areas and all that. And so there's this already mindset that is there, right? And this culture that is already existing here. So in order to penetrate and try to make significant impact or change the thinking, right? Isn't it needs like that professional and more diplomatic or strategic way to approach it, right? Or his last point, maybe because he's not making the propagation for I see that like all have to be shared what we are doing. I think I share like all these of what's going on because we are following the planning and I feel also right? And so bring it back up. It looks like, well, from our side, we're going to really work trying to crack that code, right? Because there are more like we need to set up like a strategy that we can go about implementation that we're not bringing back to the implementation. Because we just push it everything, right? We just push it to people. You're not really getting people. Like you can figure it out like this, the truth is that the numbers, right? We're not taking about the bigger picture. We're thinking about just an average business, and we're seeing benefits of people rather than seeing where we can actually collaborate. It's more like a lot.
So my sense,
Yeah. The truth is that most things that the book I read about when Japan was in Japanese management. So when you come to a community, you understand the cultural behavior of that community before you start kind of thinking about it. Now, there's something here now. All this talk we're having is all about somebody having to say something. They have really given out and feel that somebody of the students and making to understand. Yeah, and they try to help. So he doing everything on his own, doing everything on his own to make that idea work. When he can meet somebody who is good management, somebody who is good in finances, to help him out so he can get enough. But child get a bring the idea, it goes to everybody, and I'll get a very small percentage. And the first thing is it's always good, sorry, somebody told that it's better for me to have 10% of the working list or 9% of the business that comes in. 1%. Yeah, so one is about
Yeah, this one, sorry. My name is about the line. I work for my code. Yeah, we're putting that up for some development. This is actually my person of friend of mine. But I think that's the thing on my part. But I think this is all the mistake that we start to get ahead of. I think I should have on my part tried to find out about I said a long time ago. I think something that we said there, fantastic. The fact that having that analysis shows that we need to be on most of the people here never the house before. And I feel that what we're trying to do very hard at the same time. And what we guys are doing is so much stuff to do together. And so yeah, in terms of the very the second thing was what is the from Charles too. You're right about what he said, that 2 seconds. There is what I do, and then industry. And I think this creating that connection to the industry and what we are going to do. Right, we had a people debate a few months ago where we had some guys from industry and tech company, and we're talking about what's the vision. Increasing our need to find out what each trade people is actually know what industry means. Which is why sometimes what we are creating that means the struggle to find it. And one of my responsibilities to connect and value with employment opportunities. Which one is what I said about the but the truth is, we're trying them on the most important sector globally. It is not relevant to the market here. So, and I feel that ISN is in a great position to approach the industry. How can we help solve this problem? I can't be the one that's but I said I think we can do that. I mean, we have this connection, we have this network. Let's talk to these people. We fire the gas, we bank it in the shop. When I get to stop, we all know how to bank with the Japan. Almost all the tech talent left the job for Canada from the UK. That's the reason a lot of banks in the last few months had a lot of problems. We are training, entry-level tech talents that can't fill those gaps immediately, right? So what can we do? That's some of the mentorship. We can train you to become, an entry-level developer, but you don't have the experience to fill those spaces. How can we connect the mentor of those spaces that can help accelerate the learning? The point where you need to start to add value to one. So just what I'm trying to say is there's so much that we can do together. Someone talked about little spaces for big events. Go back over flagship we have an event room. We get out of free for second events. So anyone here wants to do an event. You can see one, 200 people at a time. We keep it up, we keep it almost on the weekly. And we are in like 5 locations of Lekki, we have a smaller space in Lekki, we're in Abuja, we're in Kenya, we're in Pesa. So we think about how to prepare, you know, sorry? You know, we can work together. That's what I'm afraid of.
I think what I should say be, because I'm not the local speaker. My name is Etienne, I'm the CEO of the Pata. So I'll say you guys.
You want to participate in the committee discussion?
I wouldn't say so because I'm not part of any of them.
No, I don't committee discussion, but not yet.
Yeah, sure. So I think a couple of things. First thing is when I speak to people outside, people in Europe, America, maybe these are Nigerians or foreign and you try to tell them about the exception is usually like, in fact, translate that so I know all the language, it looks like maybe seniors and sorry, no. So when you talk about hubs in Nigeria or when you talk about hubs in Europe, like what's the similarity? I think first in our mindset, our mindset needs to shift drastically, right? Let us not see our hubs like places where people come to just drink coffee and charge their laptops on their co-working space. Do that, but I think we could do more, right? First, I think we should be able to operate hubs like a startup. Let's even understand who are our customers and how we are to deal with these people because the company needs to make money, right? What are the customers who are just coming to charge for stuff who are building solutions, right? If people who are building solutions are the customers, how do we start in? Maybe we offer the accelerator programs, innovation programs, then beyond that, we also enable them more. Give them resources for them to grow and become the next unit, right? If you don't know or we really can't see, if the solution in these hubs are something that would serve the next 1 billion customer, right? But I think it's a trial and error most of the time. Some other times it might not even be 1 million customer, it might not even be 1 million customer. Okay, those 1 million customers can actually keep you a whole lot of revenues of stuff. So I think we Nigerians also like that notion of this in Nigeria, things are difficult to get by, when it's expensive, there's no right, right? So I want to do yesterday, for example, pursuit of happiness. It was very interesting. So you see this guy, like he has to go for his interview and he's thinking over his body, he shows up in the trucks for a corporate, for a stock company, right? So when the story didn't end in the news, right? If you read it, later on, the guy had this money to made so much money, he was valued about $5 million. Back then in 2010, right? I think I need to so I think we also have, we need to have that mindset of like, yes, there's a whole lot going wrong with Nigeria, but maybe it's an opportunity for us to scale it, or maybe this presents us with a lot of opportunity. Then also in this our hubs, we will position them something that is globally related, right? Although it's something a local content. For example, last week I was at LBS, seeing my friend, Professor Uzo, giving his inaugural lecture. And he talked about the informal sector of the African economy, of the Nigerian market, to be precise. But this is somebody that is giving an inaugural lecture that's world class. But he's telling you about the guy that is selling bread or hawking that in a bread. So I think these are things that we can also do from our hubs. Can we build these hubs to be global standard? But that's addressing the local problems that we have in the country. Right. So among these things, critical factors are like funding. These are our clients. If you are looking at people who are startups and our core clients, or maybe our primary customers, right? it's only do we have network abroad, right? Some of us travel a lot, we go places, we go to Germany, there's a whole lot of cash in those places, and they are looking for ways to come into Africa. But if I go to source for fund myself as a startup, it might be difficult for me because the guy doesn't trust me, or he doesn't want another one new office that I might get for this money and that and something like that. Then if this call guys, because I'll give you an example for us in the text space. Maybe I can call names, right? We have there's this popular blockchain in the crypto space called Cardano. They did a whole lot of things, the way to raise a whole lot of money, all they do with their money. They're thinking of if we spin up the venture firm and see how we put this money around. And they came up with a company called Enugu. Then this Enugu says, okay, I'm going to spin up Enugu Africa and I'm going to do it for 100 million. Enugu Africa comes to Nigeria as one. But you can't stay in Nigeria, so it works for Kenya as province. Well, they visit Nigeria, but they can't stay in Nigeria. They don't want to stay in Nigeria. But this Enugu guys, they don't want to interact directly with the Nigerian blockchain community. So before he came, another Chinese person has already been there, Adabas. He says to Adabas that, okay, since you are an incubation hub in Nigeria, I'm going to do my verification and KYC training. So I don't need to come and say, I have this startup A, Y, Z. I begin to call the lawyer and the police, to the diligence, I call the bank, or ask to pay the community, do you know these things? So I think Nigerian wants to go to a position like this, Adabas, Adabas accelerator organization. That's challenging. These guys that we're trying to connect. There's a whole lot of that. One is trying to come into Africa and Nigeria, and it's trying to come in right. Although I'll continue with this story. Every Africa has a portfolio of 100 million, but they don't keep companies more than 250. I look at my friend or my co-founder working with them, and I say that you guys have invested in more than 45 crypto and fintech startups, and I don't see you doing real funding. Like $200,000 is money you can put in Las Vegas, one. It's something those directors use to pay, or maybe it's one of their cars in their garage. Right? So you can't do that money because you put that you're operating very high risk space, 200,000 is something you can do in. But when you talk about people like Wave or this, that is full to be $200 million. These are the money that they come here. But a whole lot that might have gone around this that well, people mean that for strike to have made that payment. Maybe there are government people in the network, like strong people in the board. There are also some very key people that are related to things that the mother of kids business and integrate to the right environment. Right? We hope operators understand some of those characteristics and see how they think. Because I feel like you prospering is also you prospering, right? I don't belong to a people in Nigeria. Maybe because I also have that feeling like what will I get here? It's mostly just come and charge my students. So I think there's so much more operators can do, at least daily remark. I think this thing can all rocket science. You don't need to stay out with all that to think about it. I know the person who talked about is getting funding from our Nigerian banks, right? Many of these things are a global market and liquidity and a lot of money is going down businesses across market. I think a lot of things happening in the banking sector. I work for Steady Bank and the lead blockchain developer. We build a lot of solutions like we build blockchain solutions that solve problems around commodity financing, invoice discounting, and all this kind of stuff. We try to convert that invoice into payments. Right. So these are things that I look at Telegram, and Telegram has over 48 projects. In my group, there was other enterprise solutions that automated payment and automation, business payment and automation parts, right? We have over like 48 projects, and I tell Telegram that okay, what do you guys create for? right? And they all manages all these projects, and you know that it's incredible. I mean, you are doing that section and you are increasing the amount of things, right? So these are places that you get to publish, like spectral where you have spectral pro, they are all tons, one homes, people lot of them. I get a lot of back to so much. I think people like us now trying to create a program, so I'm not going to take one. Because they farming. Yeah, so as if we I don't see them here, I don't know whether they also in network and stuff like that. So I think it's a people of the beauty and see how we can do them. So one of the mindset I was require you guys to have without mindset of the business person, right? What are the things that may what's the next way we make money, how can we do addressing about? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry, let's I'm so happy you came because I know this. I didn't tell you about that. Yeah. So we're supposed to meet. He said this to see me. I'm having a meeting. I said I definitely will be here from 10 days to talk about it. And it doesn't care you call me allowed. You know, and what I realized today, I didn't even know you have a corporate experience. I knew you on the blockchain side, great work together. But one thing that really is not about, which is down to us, is that, and then yourself, as well, maybe we're not talking to our potential customers. We're talking to ourselves, and maybe trying a lot harder to talk to the development partner, regulators, are people that are more support. What would allow you to ask me a question? If you were here and I asked you, what would make you 6 years ago joining for? What would you think you came for?
I'm the first time person here. From all that we discussed, I don't see the reason why I should give out my spare 30 million to the school, right? There's no business of the form that I want to pay attention to, right? And I've gone through the website, and it's not very native enough. I'm coming from the first time perspective, so yeah, it's not very native enough for a common person to see that, oh, I can go from this way. Okay, so if you are not part of this form, you are missing out on something big. You are missing out on the next place that something big will come out from. Okay, so that is from the first time perspective. I just complete problem, solution. I don't know if there is the documentation and the process to implement it. So that means next time people come again, the same problem is coming up, same solution is being rendered, and probably the whole effective implementation. So if there is a system flow, I'm looking at the Twitter and I'm not seeing something that will actually make me want to be part of this awesome thing, right? So if we are having very interesting conversations here, can we make a story that is visible on our social media platform? Well, okay, for community like this data. So telling a story of what you do is very important.
Which how do I did that first for
ISN. So I am seeing that as the corporate body, they are following about 108, which is bad. And then the people that are following them is 820. That is 3. That's what which for, right? For an international body like this. So I want to see that as an international body. That's from the and then translate to every other person working. So the first thing is to congest the following. If they're not converting to money, to congest it. Right. So people want to see that you all want to you have the power to work what you do, and then you are sharing it across the community. So can a 3-year-old or 5-year-old or a 10-year-old always run to the various forms across that are segmented here to be like, okay, there are holiday programs where you can train. Do you understand? So people want to get value for being part of something, right? I am impressed by my idea. We're looking at social media part. I would say I want to be part of what you are doing. But being here, I like what you are doing best. coming from the online perspective, everything has gone with everyone is going to the internet, so yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
As to how you measure your performance, owners, and even as top managers. Do you have the intelligent mechanisms to help you go through whatever strategies you have adopted in the past? What results you gave, if there was anything you did and not work well, so that you don't have a review? Do you have any of that? I'd like us to also look into that.
Thank you. Byron.
Hi, everybody. My name is Fire Williams. I'm in the superintendent's conference, in case I said before. I want to thank everybody for all they have said, and it just got me thinking. My brother over there said implementation. You know, what are the concrete steps we can take to actually get going, putting some of these, ideas on the road? So I'm appealing to Charles that after this Jojo, if we can have some kind of little action plan, there seems to be quite a lot that ISN needs to do, right? ISN, we spoke about social media presence, our website, and then identifying what are the strengths of each hub. Okay, we also need to do that and have some kind of searchable database so that if a corporate is looking for STEM education and they plug it in, into our website, it can come up with a text then there, like that, another one is there that allows that, whatever, another one is handled or whatever. So we need to be more visible, just like what you said as well, and be able to bring forth this information. So in my own little way, I would like to start off a kind of collaboration with other hubs in the Kenya. So if anybody else in the Kenya, let's go. So Grace is there, and you know, as for the Kenya, so we need to start something. Let's put our money whereabouts.
It's so unfair.
I mean, just to conclude by saying, in terms of this, it's Lagos is a place that when I did their business plan, my eyes always capacity utilization, social impact, this, that, and the other. It enabled me to, it made me put together a 5-year activity plan. And I would like to recommend this to each one of us, those running us. Put together your 3-year, 2-year, or 5-year activity plan. It really makes you reflect and know how many people have passed through you, or either one skill or the other. You've done placements of interns, what percentage of people doing employability training have you actually placed, and so on and so forth. So we need to tell our stories in conclusion. We need to take action in order to translate all what we are saying into measurable results. And lastly, we need to collaborate. So those are just. I think it's part of when I want to create level where all talent and review, and I also parent of the ISN on the board as director of finance, like my brother Charles. Nice meeting you.
Word is how that quite a problem. Sometimes the questions. In the question, the five problems that we have, especially and the solution, the right solutions that come from and I will like to thank you to everyone and the main presented the questions, the solutions.
I just thought that people that join the group that have not spoken at all, not in their names, and it would be nice to know who we are. And then second, it may also be good to like we can share
not because of what action, like she said, in ambition. Like kind of some action, potential action, high points that have been brought out as some kind of act. Not necessarily to say this person will solve this problem, but let us please or we do that, share that out. Maybe it's okay. But I'd like to hear a lot of people that join us after we do.
All right, we'll introduce ourselves. Well, if not, it's just our.
But yes. Yeah, and then finally, I think we should share if you want on the guests, which I think around.
Sorry, we work out the weekend. Let's start. That's good. That's good.
So I'm
From Linda.
Yeah.
When I
That's it.
Okay, so good afternoon. My name is Ethel Wigby, and I'm from Kusama. I've heard about a lot of people here. I've heard about Charles. I've heard about someone else in and I hope we can.
All right, thank you. At least we are covered legally. Everyone slaps someone here. All right, thank you.
Damala, and I'm very student. I'm currently living
Yeah, that's it. Everyone, I'm Josh. I didn't talk about government innovation. Before I go for that,
Yeah, I was just going to everyone's this not a natural country language minus type of community. I don't know my obligation, I've been part of I'm very proud to announce the part of the I will only something for the omnibus. The omnibus is going to be first gathering of is innovation, but all connections, BC, everything is connected to all the innovation. That's the great thing we talk about. We have the arts, it's like the art of the way, but it's not just we have in art for the industry, for the media, advertising. That's all of that, our partner, and side, you feel about coaches, but I had that foundational because I had that showcase on and also be the platform that we just put in as these are including work, but we have looking at the same way beyond. I don't know what somebody else said about the amount of money sitting up looking at Africa. Innovation. The other cases solve cases innovation that all of us are trying to go those rooms are going to be correct. Also, most importantly about that. Not effective, this being a great start, because a lot of stuff here, that all of is like those. Whether it's bullshit, whether it's and then it's like it's announcements. It's you never said for us, not to do the thing. Because it is little or as it needs something. The king going that also story like the levels of the school. Thank you.
So we have a meeting where we as well as our communication. And we have measure for the government as well as we have the website that's online, the website, and ensuring that we can keep updated on the whole and get the one from the ISN as well. We have a technical site. We have lots of sustainability and collaboration. So there was one of the local governments and trying to work collaborate with the government, and all that. And we have any for meetup, we have a segmentation and ideologies and planetary user for the space, and there was something big there. I guess something there to be part of the future. So, yeah, so it's like an open here for the whole field and for
Thank you. So, thank you. The great time all of us coming together before, I think we really got a lot from this session, from this program. And this is what I want to thank LFP for your participation and charity for coming and really participating with us. We really appreciate the fact that we hold this together. We now know new faces, new halls, area, together. Well done. You're doing well. So we thank you all for coming. We want you to opportunity. We're going to have a group photo right now. Then we'll go upstairs and we'll have lunch and network. Exchange your business cards. Talk about what you guys do and collaborate. All right,